chat. Here we go. We got Dark spamming his camera as we start today's 1v1. It is going to be Dark from Saudi Arabia versus Rxii from Spain. Now, we've had Rxii on before. I think we had Rxii on against Ness and Ass, either way, and Scrub Killer before. We had the whole of SK Gaming play each other in a round robin of 1v1s. And of course, you guys know Dark, who has said he's been playing a bit less Rocket League as of late. But of course, we saw his performance in Next Gen, where I think that was the last time he played, falling to Ahmad in the grand final. We'll see how he fares against Rxii. Rxii, if you haven't seen him before, is a top 100 player, and he has been for a long time. He's probably somewhere around the 50 range right now. So certainly not going to be an easy opponent for a guy like Dark. Dark has shown to be able to contend with the entire range of the top 100 he's had close matches with. Probably his most recent highest win as far as rank goes is Fast in Next Gen, because Fast is right around top 10 rated. Dark seems to have a strong interest in dashing so far in this game, as he's been dashing around like a madman. He is allowed to grab boost if he wants to. This time he's going to backwards wave dash into the carry. The flick will go past Rxii to tie the game. Are there frame problems, chat? It'd be very interesting to know. I haven't messed with too much. Can you invite maybe Ness from SK from a show match? Yeah, we've had him on for a show match a few times. He's actually very highly rated. No, seems fine. Okay, that's good to know. Dark, look at him go. Crossbar down. Full field dribble from Dark to go up 2-0. A little wave dash off the wall to start it is actually insane. Rxii up, but could not stop him. You forgot you were watching live. Yeah, we are live right now. There's the fake kickoff that you see so often from Dark. And my goodness, I mean, it's very clear that he is trying to put on an exhibition of dashes today. He's going to leave his net wide open this time around as he uses it to dive all the way in. Rxii, double jump over the top of Dark. The demo and respawn. Dark spawns as far away as possible. And to no surprise, from what we've seen so far, he tries to use the wave dash to catch back up to the ball. Big kickoff win for Dark. I think he would want to keep the ball high. Just going to slam it directly at Rxii, who is waiting with a couple pads in net. You'd think this would not be the end result that would work, but it's just 105 kilometer per hour boom of a shot. It's enough to get past Rxii. Dark with tons of space. He is a dangerous player to give tons of space to. Flies to the ceiling, reset the 50, should drop in. Rxii actually made it back down and got the save. Very impressive control of his car after the initial touch. And he continues to use up boost and give Dark the opportunity to attack the full field. And we have seen how dangerous Dark can be. He just barely gets the movement in time. Rxii, he was up early to pre-jump this, decided to go back down to the ground, and he could not get up faster than the pogo. That shows you right there just how useful the pogo can be. He did the thing. Yeah, he did do the thing. Rxii launching the ball away from him. An attack from the ceiling. Great interception by Rxii. Dark got completely red on that setup, and he cannot get back. The benefit of stealing the ball that high in the air is that Dark is very likely to fall across the whole field before landing and being able to recover, as he was at the very beginning of a very high setup. Dark is going to dunk right back, though. 5-4 for Dark. Dark fake kickoff and a straight goal. If you haven't played Dark before and you're not prepared for these, he is going to be scoring at least one or two. Rxii probably needed not to wave dash with that single jump because it ended up pushing him even farther out, where Dark then had the window to take the long shot. They're worth one a game. Dark's running up a few kickoff goals. 7-4. So fast on the diagonal. Oh my goodness, Dark. Baiting Rxii in with all this weird movement in the corner, but then exploding out of it as Rxii feels like he has a chance to intercept, and he's wrong. I mean, he realized just a moment too late that he was not going to be able to get back to net. No miles per hour for goal. Oh, is that why people are debating whether or not I'm from America? Yeah, I don't know. I think when the game originally came out, and I've said this a few times, and I believe it to be true because I don't think I ever switched it. I think when the game came out, it was KPH by default, no matter where you were. And then I just don't think I ever changed it. Or maybe it automatically changed to miles per hour, but I was used to KPH. And so I wanted it to go back because I knew like what numbers meant strong shot in KPH. But I think the answer is really that I got it when it was KPH by default, and it never changed for me. So it just still is. Diagonal fake kickoff for Dark. He is trying to score immediately with it, not just gain possession. You can see when he does that wave dash that attacks back towards the ball. And Rxii this time doing his best to try and disrupt the play, but not enough. KPH is more precise. Also, I think KPH is really nice because 100 is right around like a really strong shot. You know, if a shot was hit really hard, it goes in as at 100. And that just feels perfect. You know, if it's really hard, it goes up to like 110. You got to get that idea like, oh, that much more over 100. 100 is just a really clean number for a hard shot to be. Dark triple reset. Does get stopped. Rxii not going to be able to counter on it. He tries to power slide hook shot. Nice backflip challenge. That should be a 6th goal. He's got 25 seconds to get 3. We should use nanometers for a really big... No, I think KPH is just perfect. Right around 100. Otherwise, I don't think miles per hour ever goes to 100. I don't think you ever hit the ball hard enough to go to 100, really. And so debating between like 60 and 70 or whatever, it's like, that's not a great way to check. Right, this is a great 50. It's also possible now with 15 seconds left to go. You know, I was kind of counting him out, but... Really good setup off the back wall there to not let Dark clear it. Dark is giving me a headache. Yeah, he has been spamming his camera a lot. Right, this bump, air dribble bump, but not enough. So that will end the game in favor of Dark. Really try and give us one more clip. Rxii not going to let him. Slams it down to the ground. Close one. But game number 1 goes to Dark. Game number 2. Dark and Rxii. Dark has moved into the Fennec, and he's scoring an immediate kickoff goal. If you guys remember, you know, people are getting slightly bugged by Dark's camera movement. Do you guys remember when Mile, I believe it was, set his dead zone down to 0? And when you do that, it makes it so that your camera stick dead zone is also 0. So any movement at all, anything off of perfect center would result in you slightly moving the camera. So when you went to Miles' perspective, I think it was Mile, his whole screen was just shaking all the time. And I was like, how could you play like this? But apparently he had gotten used to it, and he preferred having absolutely no dead zone on his control stick that was controlling his car. And I don't think he stuck with that forever. But it did make it impossible to watch his perspective in show matches because it was just so wobbly. Rxii has been able to score a few different times by being patient. Dark has shown no interest in slowing down and has especially been very readable on these respawns as he just wave dashes and dives. That was Purge. Purge had the really close-up camera settings, but apparently he is now playing on a brother's PC or something, so I think Purge being on Xbox might be over. Rxii reset on the goal line. Dark is able to get the save. Dark setting up far away on the sidewall. Rxii tried to go meet him, but Dark made this setup so far away from net and didn't rush it to net either. These first couple touches are out towards the midfield and not really attacking. That's what makes it so he can get around Rxii and then ground pinch it in for a third. Rxii's getting himself an open net. One that Dark has left a few times. Yeah, I'll be excited to see what happens with the future of Purge, who now, I assume, will have to adjust his camera settings to more standard camera settings, considering he'll be much closer to the screen that he's playing on. Dark, the bump. Rxii wanted the goal out of it so bad. He was hoping he could just react and read the bounce, but he missed, and that was an all-in play. He was sort of forced to make it by the bump, though. What do you think the best one's play style is? I think you can look to the best players to know. I think one of the fun things about ones is that you can have so many different play styles. Perfect dirigible bump from Rxii. Gets credited with a turtle goal because I guess he got slammed onto the ground before it goes in. I don't understand how turtle goals. Or maybe he touched the ball one last time, actually, while he was on the ground. But the fun thing about 1v1 is that people can become the best and play with so many different styles. Rxii needs a goal from this. He will get it. Right now we have Moxie, who I think is in the conversation for one of the best in the world, who plays a very grounded flick-based style. Then there's guys who can compete, you know, up there with the best, who are much more willing to mix it up. TRK versus Moxie. If you want to check out Fear Fest finale on the EU side did finish with TRK versus Moxie. Rxii setting up a flick, but Dark, who is extremely passive on the goal line, is not forcing him to take it early, so he tried to take it back down to the ground, but never really found an opportunity. This is not the best 50 for Dark. Rxii should be able to score, and he does. Is Ross playing in any show matches nowadays? I think, for the most part, a lot of the top ones players have switched their focus to RLCS, which happens every time the RLCS goes back to being live. So it's just the way of the world. The ones off season is when RLCS is going on, and you know, the ones on season, in season, is whenever there are breaks in between, you know, the regionals or majors or whatever. Dark sped to this one quicker than Rxii, as they both thought they were going to be the one to get the win, but Dark was the one that was right about it. Kickoff goal for Rxii. Good conversion, as Dark might have been able to recover and make a save. He had attacked the ball a little bit more directly, but he decided to protect that near post where he was expecting Rxii to go with it. A kickoff does not get punished. Rxii tries to just chip it over the top. Wait, I take that back. Maybe it does. Nice recovery, but no. Rxii will dunk it in. Not often that the direct chip shot is what stops Dark from doing those fake kickoffs. Usually he finds a way to control those as well. But looks like his standard kickoff is doing just fine. This one on the diagonal, which is one that he does frequently fake, but he's just so fast. He got to the ball on the goal side or on the net side so much faster than Rxii got to it on the corner of the ball, which is just going to result in a freebie for Dark. Dark waiting for this boost to spawn. There's that wave dash approach he's been using all series long. Rxii just needed a bump in order to secure it. He looked at the ball coming off the wall, and he could tell this is already on target. All I need is for there to be no defenders. And so Dark gets slammed into the net as well. Dark off the backboard. He tried to rush it. He thought he heard Rxii coming in to make a defensive effort. And so he looked to tuck it in as tight as he could to the post and ended up missing. Full field dribble now. And Rxii's just going to stay grounded the whole way. Staying passive. You can see a couple different times he thought about turning in to challenge. You can see the car's wheels wiggling forward. Like, is this the moment that I can try and steal it from Dark? But Dark has gained so much respect on those dribbles that Rxii stayed all the way back in net even after the bounce. Kickoff goal quickly to put himself back up 2. I just get another one. This is one of the show matches with the most direct kickoffs I've seen in a while. Not often do you see both players being able to get as many as they do. Sometimes one player has the clear advantage and the other has to adjust and becomes a bit more neutral. But these guys are just trading haymakers back and forth via kickoff as they destroy each other directly into the net. Three-goal lead for Rxii. Looking to tie up the series. Dark does fake him off the ball. Slamming this one against the backboard. Might actually be the answer. Because if he had put it on target, Rxii was there. Almost was able to follow it up on the rebounds. But with 15 seconds left to go, it will be the Rxii equalizing game in game number 2. I think both these players need to be thinking hard about their kickoffs as we move into the later games, because if either one of them could just stop the other from farming 3 or 4 kickoff goals a game, that could be the difference. Dark is out of the match, presumably to either pick up a different Fennec or hop back into the Octane for game number 3. Game number 3. Dark is back in the Octane. The Fennec didn't get it done for him. So he's going to see what he can do in the Octane. And so far, the kickoff battle continues. If you thought it was over, it is not. Dark wins this standard kickoff and then threatens the right post. You see Rxii feeling like he has to protect it before Dark cuts it back the other way. Dark first touch, not towards the net, but that shouldn't be an issue for Dark to bring it back. The wave dash is actually slightly off target. And Rxii just barely able to get back up to cover his net. Dark will take him out, and it'll be an easy tap in. Rxii was awkward that whole time. And as soon as he saw Dark looking to steal his boost, he probably needed to rush. You can see he was just playing it very slowly. When slamming the ball out of danger's way was probably the answer. Dark! He just missed the open net. He throws himself an okay because he knows He absolutely should have had that free goal. We need to start looking into what both these guys are doing on the kickoff. Right now, Dark with the extreme advantage. Rxii is power sliding past that 100 boost, and he's feeling it now that he's down just outside the net with 0. Dark off the wall. Rxii recovering late. Still able to make the save. And grab boost. There might be an available counter if he can rush it quickly, but doesn't really accelerate the ball with his first touch. Dark going for a crazy angle. Try and end this ring around the rosy that these two have been doing at max speed around the field. Hasn't really ended. Ball continues to roll around counterclockwise. High dribble to try and reset past Dark. And there's the end of our many circles around the map. Dark's going to take it the other way. Full field dribble. Will he pump to end it? He will, but Rxii gets just enough to keep it from going in. We've had 2 quick kickoff goals. Now that the ball finally didn't go in right away, these two have been much more evenly matched in the midfield. Dark trying to maintain possession. A bit of a dangerous touch into his corner, and Rxii showing you exactly why it's dangerous. Hard to control this and pick up the boost. It seemed like he was maybe thinking about it all and came away with nothing. What do you do if someone subs while you aren't live? Think about the beginning of the next stream. If somebody wants to tell me that they subbed while they're offline, and then they're here, then I'll thank them here when they're live. But nice long shot. It's just going to be a goal. Otherwise, I do not normally thank them at the beginning of the stream because I would assume that they aren't there. That would be very lucky if they happen to be there right away. Nice chip shot. The occasional people do prime, sometimes even tier 1 when I'm not live. Have you tried to get Zen into a 1 show match? I don't really have any connection with Zen. But if I do manage to get to him, of course I'd be interested in having Zen on, especially now that he's top 5. Seems like he's interested in some 1s. Dark starting from the ceiling into his pogo. Rxii on the back wall. Dark electing not to flick. Just hoping that Rxii could somehow outplay himself. Power shot from Dark. Controlled by Rxii. He's going to take a trip out to the midfield in order to grab 100. And he's back in time, but he's swung so far wide of the play. Time he turns into challenge. Dark is able to flick it over the top of him. I did prime when you weren't live, but don't need a thanks. Hey! Thank you, RL Nick 1. I'm going to give it to you anyways. Dark giving Rxii the entirety of the field to make his move, and then trying to turn around and take it away all at once. Something that Rxii has used to score many a goals in this match. Dark, coming from far away, has not often fake challenged, and so Rxii can just chip the ball up quickly to get it past him. Dark from the ceiling. Stopped by Rxii. The long shot is wide. Oh, no, it's not. Actually, after that first bounce, I think it was back on target. Dark's able to get the save and the counter. I guess this ball was... Oh, no, it's really all just comes down to that backflip. Rxii was fine if he continued to run away from the play, or if he had made contact on his backflip, either one. By the way, I added BMO Gritty. I love that emote. I've been trying to use it everywhere. Every channel I go to, I tell them that they should add BMO Gritty as an emote. Dark dashing like a madman. Rxii's touch did the opposite of clear as it slams off the ceiling and right down to a scoring position for Dark. By the way, chat, for anybody who's been watching the stream and just sees words instead of emotes, you can do !7TV. And that will take you to the Chrome extension that turns all that stuff into a dancing beast mode as opposed to just words. Right, double reset, triple reset! Just off the crossbar. Dark now going for a pinch. Rye went to challenge him early instead of letting him take the wall to air dribble. I think there's a cooldown on the command, by the way. So if you did use the command, you might have to just scroll up if nothing showed up for you. But it'll show up every once in a while. Dark off the ceiling. A very fancy setup, but it is going to get him countered. He's not too worried about it, not considering the fact he's up 7-4. What do you think about Moxie creating alt accounts to achieve top 100 over and over? I think he does it for YouTube videos. Doesn't he try and go to like rank 1 without losing or something like that? I think according to the rules of Psyonix, you're just not allowed to lose games intentionally. So if you make a new account and then you try and win every single game with that account, you have done nothing wrong, I think, according to Psyonix. Game number 4. Dark up 2-1 against Rye. Rye getting the first kickoff possession. Dark challenging from the ceiling and actually coming back down to the ground. Rye trying to pinch it past. Dark is there. Another opportunity for Rye of his own back corner. He's going to take it to an air dribble. The ball just barely not touching the ceiling. The 50 is not in. Great coverage by Dark. And Rye looking to run it again. This time, Dark wants to stop him early, and that's actually going to lead to a free goal. Dark had enough of trying to defend Rye's air dribbles. Got a bit over-aggressive. Rye going to take his free goal that Dark gave him. Dark got a little preoccupied with dashing into the corner when he needed to be worried about Rye shooting on his net. Oh my goodness, Dark. It's like you're on a roller coaster ride when you hop to Dark's perspective. As he dashes around. This is going to go very favorably for Rye if he can get there in time, but he can't. Ball bouncing off the corner directly in front of the net. Rye into an air dribble. I don't know how much boost Dark has to come challenge him out here. It'll be multiple resets for Rye. And he gets a third goal. Dark had 33 to work with, but never used it to jump out and meet Rye. Big kickoff for Dark. Rye is now officially reading them. And he might be able to turn this one into his advantage. As he grabs the back corner boost and the midfield. Dark likely to have to back off. If Rye could have kept that first chip in the air, would have had a much better opportunity. But the fake! And a fourth. You can see as soon as he gets it past, he's power sliding to try and get it on target because he knows Dark's in trouble. And then he fakes the first shot, and Dark had already reacted. Rye up 4-0. Trying to force a game 5. Dark so fast on the recovery. How did he get back down to the ground? I felt like he attacked that and was high in the air, and yet he was immediately on the ground, dashing back. Rxii able to get a goal. Dark's just going to leave it open as he, once again, becomes a little bit too interested in dashing around. Dark connects on Rxii just enough to slow him down after missing the ball. He would have been in trouble if he had gotten nothing at all. Rxii will take the ball away early on this setup, and Dark has been playing very passive. He's going to have a tough time stopping Rxii playing that passive. He refuses to approach the ball and just dashes to the goal line in an attempt to make saves. Kickoff win in favor of Dark. Rxii challenges him high. Able to stop that attempt, but not able to completely end his possession. Dark is just barely going to be able to get to this boosted time, but Rxii might still be able to score. He has an angle. No, he decides not to take it. Not likely he'd been able to sneak it in. Now Dark with space. You know he's going to the sky. Rxii up there quick, though. Not going to let Dark get up to his normal aerial dominance. Recovery keeps Dark only down 6 for now, but Rxii going for the double, the triple. No, it's not going to happen. Rxii able to stop him. Or sorry, Dark able to stop him, but Rxii grabbing the corner 100. Dark, he just stopped moving there. I think he just recognized he had given Rxii an open net and decided not to go back. He wants to go next. I'll go ahead and oblige. Rxii sending it to game number 5, 7-0 in this game 4. Game number 5, Dark and Rxii. What do we have in store? Game number 4 was a massive blowout in favor of Rxii. Dark at least seemed to be playing it in a more experimental fashion. We'll see if he cleans it up here for this series deciding game. Rxii sees Dark dashing towards him, sends the ball to the ceiling. Considering Dark has no boost, he knows he's gonna have a tough time dealing with a high ball. This time he'll attack the wall to air dribble. I don't think he covered that enough as he came to the ground, so Dark will start with the lead. After an entire game of not being able to score, he'll be first to score in game 5. Rxii reversing, and that's not often gonna work out for you in ones, but he was able to clip Dark just enough as he drove by to get him to lose control of the ball, but he was about to look really silly if Dark made it around him and just walked it in for a goal while Rxii was reversing. Dark able to challenge Rxii, turn it in for a second goal. Kickoff goal for Rxii to tie it back up. Fake kickoff is red. Air dribble bump attempt, and it's going to work to tie the game. It's only taken a few games for Rxii to know when to expect those air dribbles. Rxii sends this flick to the ceiling. Surprised that he used so much boost afterwards. It seemed clear he was not going to be able to win the race. Dark diving really deep. Considering how low he is on boost, he is going to be forced back eventually. Rxii, this first touch is not what he needed. Luckily for him, it is soft enough that he's still able to control it, and he's going to flick off the crossbar and back down into the ground. Just leaving a message for yourself because you know you'll rewatch it on YouTube. Hey, that's great. Consuming the live content and the YouTube. What else can you do to support Feer? I don't know. Dark single jumping is a way to protect against a potential Rxii challenge. He almost got another demo. I don't know if he was looking for it, but he needed just 15 to 20 or so boost in order to boost back to that and take the shot. Without it, he had to try and set up a much slower single jump wave dash. Limper, thank you for the 49 months of Prime. Rxii up 1 with 2 minutes left to go. Dark to the side wall. Taken off the map. Respawns in the corner that he's going to have to defend. Picks up the 100 in shadows, but cannot get over the top of the bump. Message for those on YouTube, get back to work. No, definitely don't get back to work. You only have 2 more minutes left in Game 5. You might as well just stick it out. And then work really hard after it's over. We can all agree. Another demo. The demos have done well for him. He's been able to get a bit of separation. Dark scored his first 2 early, and now it's been 5 straight for Rxii ever since. Dark was dominating on kickoffs earlier, but now that domination has stopped. You can see he's very clearly trying to push left. Rxii was able to stop him. This use of the flip off the wall. He's able to counter the early challenge from Rxii. He says, "Srop," presumably saying stop challenging me this early. Is what I'm guessing he means. And I'll just use this flip to go over the top of you. I don't know what else he could possibly mean. Oh, he needs to stop the game. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I didn't realize he meant he wanted to stop the game. They got a different kickoff. They were going to do a straight kickoff. Now they're in a diagonal kickoff. Maybe he means pause. Yeah, he does mean pause. I guess I could have let them drive around. I don't know how long Dark needs to stop for. Could you reset it again until it's the same kickoff? Probably not. I'm just going to go ahead and take collusion. I'll take the collusion claims if, you know, Dark ends up coming back or whatever because he scores this diagonal kickoff. Let's take a moment to hydrate. Hopefully Dark's okay. Dark having beef with parents because he was losing. Tactical toilet break. That would be pretty wild. He's like, I just have to go. I know I have a minute 26 left. How am I? I'm doing well. How about you guys? If it's not rigged, it's scripted. Yeah, me and Dark are DMing. I'm reading the DM from Dark right now. It says, "Hey man, I thought we talked about how I was going to win Game 5. What is Rxii doing?" No, all right, we're ready. All right, we were paused for a brief moment. Dark needed to do who knows what, but he's ready to go now. And he needs to get 2 goals in the next minute 30 if he wants to send it to OT. Rye, 70 boost, jumps high. Dark wanting to pre-jump it, but pre-jumping it at a side-on angle. Attacking completely. I mean, I guess he got over the top of it. He would have been okay if he had hit the ball really square. But flying over the top makes it possible for Rye to drop down and get a 6th. Early challenge from Dark. A few different times in this series, he hasn't connected with the ball, but he gets enough of Rye to make it work. Could not get up faster than Rye on this one. So Rye, this might be the game-securing goal. We needed to see a comeback starting from Dark. But he could not double jump to try and pop that ball past Rye till after he got the midfield boost. Dark not taking the wall to air dribble. I think he knows he doesn't really have time for that. Nice shot from Dark. Swooping with the wave dash. We've seen him trying to score so many dashes. He needed this one bad. And it cuts the ball to the opposite post. Rye goes flying by. I really shouldn't say Rye goes flying by. He did just backflip away. He was trying to make the save while fairly stagnant. Dark. Oh my goodness, Rye keeps himself in this one. Or I should say keeps Dark out of it. He was always in it. But that save will do it. The long shot for Rye is on target. So Dark hops out of the match. It is GG's from both these guys. Rye will take it in 5. A dominating game 4. And a solid game 5 to match. Does Rye want to... Can you pogo? Do you have... you pogo. You pogo. All right, let's see if he's got it. Everybody knows you pogo when you have time. Oh, Rye. He does have it with the musty. Nice. Nice. He's got the pogo. The pogo was pathetic. Another. He's got 6 seconds to try and do another. You just get there before. Okay, the ball did bounce in time. That was tough. The requirements on that one was tough. He had to get it down. The ball had to bounce before 0 seconds. That was hard. That one we blame on the clock.